Okie doke. So here we go. A very good morning to you, Grenada, and the rest of the world. Today, the 19th day of March, 1919. Thank you very much for joining us out there on Facebook and social media, period. Good to see you guys. I'm Georgie Porgy, and let me tell you, I understand he's going to be here with us, sitting in that chair over on my left in just a wee bit. But first, let's take a look at the rundown. Oh, by the way, it's a gorgeous morning here this morning. And just about 2 minutes ago, I was out there on the balcony taking a look out, and a deep breath. Thank you, Lord. We are so blessed with this little paradise, this little rock, if you will. Yeah, Grenada. Thank you. This morning, we're going to begin with, stay away a lot from the politics and all that stuff. We're going to begin with a few thoughts from our friend Anthony Wendell DeRiggs. Yeah, it's reminiscing again this morning. And, yeah, he's coming up in just a wee bit. Then we do have your favorite, the National Report. And then Ray Roberts will be in the house. So essentially a very straightforward program. Doesn't mean that there aren't going to be surprises, but basically straightforward, to the point. As I glance over here to my little iPad, I see Margaret is saying, "Good morning, folks. Hope all is well with everyone. We certainly hope the best for you as well, Maggie. Thank you very much." I imagine she's had her first cup of coffee. And by the way, true confession, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening, but please, just pray that I get back on my cinnamon tea kick. This is actually coffee. Very little left, but this is actually coffee. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Willpower, I don't know. Ah, yes, but he's going to be back on his cinnamon tea. I do guarantee you. Now, so, Sharon Elizabeth Roberts is saying, "Good morning, family. Beautiful day in St. Paul's. Hey, hey, hey." Well, I certainly hope, Sharon, that you are rolling up your sleeves in preparation for tomorrow. She's supposed to be with us tomorrow. And she seems to get a kick out of coming in here, leaving St. Paul's and coming down here to do the program, which I do. I really do appreciate. Always so much fun having this lady around. You're going to have a laugh when she's here. And that's why I keep hoping that, one of these days we could have this great big family reunion. Sharon, TF, Margaret, Elton, Veronica, and the whole mob. We all get together and sit down maybe over a pot of oil down or something. I don't know. Maybe on a beach. I don't know. Anyhow. As you all know by now, Anthony DeRiggs was here recently. Spent a lot of his time gallivanting around the country. Well, now that he's back to reality in the Big Apple, he has put his thoughts together and shared them in this little piece. You're going to hear about crickets, not the game, cricket. Crickets, quack, 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 quack. Little creatures drive you crazy at night. You're going to hear about crapple, crapod, blogo stool. How many of you remember that? The blogo stool? Yeah. You're going to hear about bus drivers. Going to hear about vulgar songs. And you're going to hear about this thing that's driving a lot of us crazy. People versus persons. Anthony DeRiggs.
Grenada. A few thoughts at one. First, this is the crater of a volcano, Lake Antoine, one of the many intriguing sights you can see in Grenada. And Grenada will always be fascinating to locals and the tourists alike. So I spent a month in Grenada. And before I left, I heard talk to meteorologists. They were talking about the weather and the expectation for a real serious dry season. And yes, I heard it was hot in January, and I went there in February. But Grenada is a blessed place. So to me, it was not surprising when the rain fell. But although the rain fell while I was there were still patches of dryness. Shrubs and trees dry in areas in the south, of course, which is not really unusual. But Concord and Granitang, Florida, areas in the north, the vegetation was lush. Not saying that there were not patches of dryness up there also, because if you look at this picture carefully, you will see the condition of some of the leaves of the trees. I'm sure you can see that. So it was good hearing rain fall on the rooftop, and the crickets and the crapo in the blogostool making the noises that you are accustomed to while growing up. I mentioned the bus drivers. Some of them can be reckless, and they will want to put you in a bus whether you want to go in a bus or not. But they have to be careful, because the roads are narrow and speeding is never a good thing. Never. And the music that they play in the bus, loud, some of them. And school children have to sit there and listen to what I will call vulgar songs. So all I'm saying, they should use a little more discretion. Some people told me, oh, that is what the school children want to hear. But I still say they should use their discretion. And not everybody wants to hear loud music. Some people just want to concentrate, sit down and look at the scenery, enjoy. You could play something nice and soft, yes. But it's a booming noise. It's not always good. The school children, for the most part, I still believe, for what I see, are very respectful. They say good morning. Many of them, I'm pleased to say, told me good morning, dressed nicely in their uniform, Some of them were not really anxious to get home after school. They preferred to hang out, sit on walls. I saw that in various parts of Grenada, even Sautez. They sit on Lime, and the area near the bus terminal there in St. George's seemed to be a favorite spot for some of them to hang out. It was good to see cricket in Grenada. Very good. The first day of play was rained out, but people got their money back once they were able to show the receipt that they paid to see the game. I'm hearing talk of putting lights in the cricket stadium or the national stadium, the one where cricket is played. Well, that's a good thing, because many games are now played in the night. So it was good to see cricket there, and the English people who came to back the English team against the West Indies, they were happy for the most time. Some of them were very smart and they used their heads, meaning that they found out that it was cheaper to buy rum in the shops in River Road than in the stadium. And of course, the spirits kept them in high spirit, even though the first day of play was rained out. The security guards in the supermarkets and other places, they take the job really seriously, and they follow people around. I've seen it. Some people feel very uncomfortable. I don't know if there's sufficient reason for them to be so vigilant. They may know what they are doing. But I've seen people go into an aisle and the security guard would walk behind them. I noticed that cane has been planted all over Grenada. See a lot of cane fields, and the debate will continue. Cane versus cocoa and other crops, which is a healthy debate. Funerals. The next time I go to Grenada for a month, and I'm hoping to do so pretty soon, I have to make sure I walk with enough what I would call funeral clothes. Because I'm an old traditionalist. I dress for the funeral. Somebody joked, told me that, look, when you're in Grenada, if you're feeling sick, don't go and lie down. Because if you lie down, you'll never get up. But I wouldn't say that is something particular to Grenada. Because any part of the world it could happen. And yes, the caskets keep coming from various parts, from England and from North America. So death is always present. It will be present. So yes, I did attend funerals. Now, people versus persons. I don't know why everything is persons, 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 when in many instances people should be used. Even intelligent people, very intelligent, accomplished, seem to prefer the use of persons. And the debate again will continue on the use of people versus persons. Part 1, Part 2 will continue. Anthony Wendell DeRiggs.
Thank you for the memories there, Mr. DeRiggs. Certainly hope you are reacclimatizing yourself to being back in the Big Apple. Oh, by the way, earlier this morning I sat and took a look at that. You did a video which you have up on your site. It's a video of the drive from St. George's to the airport as you were preparing to leave. And for those of you who would like to see this guy, he loves his camera. And here he is in this car holding the camera and showing what the ride is like from, I think it was from probably Lagoon Road all the way down to the airport. Take a look. Facebook/Anthony W. DeRiggs. Okay. Folks, you know, last night I had one of my hot flashes. Now, don't jump to any conclusions. Yes, I did have a hot flash. Yes. I'm entitled to it. I'm 67 years old. Jeez. Anyway, that hot flash was, what exactly do I hope to accomplish with this program that we're doing here this morning? And you know, a catchphrase came to mind. Good governance. I mean, come to think of it, the first part of the program every day, we take a look at something really nice that's happening here for the country, or something very troubling, okay? But generally, they always seem to point back to governance. And then, in all fairness, we bring you the national report, where those who are being paid to govern us tell us what they're doing. And you have a chance to do an analysis. Sometimes you praise them. Sometimes you go ballistic. Yeah. But again, it points to governance, okay? And then the final part of our show, or program, I'd rather use the word program, is where, like on Mondays, we have Valerie, on Tuesdays, we have Ray, Wednesday, we have Sharon, Thursday, we have Alan, Friday, we have Brian. And essentially, in each of those segments, they do a sort of analysis about things, again, pertaining to governance. So it dawned on me, hey, why not make the mandate of this program one of good governance? So if you hear that buzz phrase coming up often henceforth, that's why. You know, let's take a look at what's happening around us, but always with the objective of making things better. Not just bitching because you have the freedom to do so, la-di-da. No. If you see something that's not going right, hey, point it out. And let's see how we could do it better. Huh? You know what? In the long run, we will all benefit from that. How about that? Good governance. So that's our niche starting today. Actually, it's been around for a while, just haven't talked about it. But today, just think about it. From here on, good governance. You see something good happening? Yaman. Salute those who are making it happen. And if at all possible, chime in and do your little 2 cents to help make it happen. See something that's going tits up? Say, hey, wait a minute here. What's wrong? No. Okay? But do it Don't do it in a malicious way, if you know what I mean. All right? Good. Now, having said that, we've heard from Anthony. Let me turn back here. Sharon has promised us here that she's going to make lunch for all she's going to make lunch for all of us. She's going to prepare lunch. Okay? Well, I'll tell you right off the bat, having sampled her cuisine, I can tell you it's going to be good. But I'm not sure she's prepared for the number of you who are going to be showing up for lunch. All right. Pedro is chiming in from Virginia this morning, living out of his suitcase as well, as always. And Lydia is also saying good morning. And there is good old Linky. Hello, Lincoln. Saying good morning, everyone. Let's all be thankful for all that we are blessed with. God is great. Hey, Lincoln, thank you always for acknowledging his presence. You know he's great, don't you? Yeah. Maybe one of these days we'll co-author a book about his greatness. Who knows? I don't know. Anyhow, folks, let we take a little break here, and we'll come on back with your favorite, the National Report.
Bump it up, bump it up. Bump it up, bump it up. Bump it up. Start the stride to a healthy lifestyle at the 2019 annual Bump It Up Family Fun Walk. There'll be more fun, more smiles, and more prizes for families and friends. Join us in Carriacou on April 7th at 4 p.m. as we walk from the Harveyvale playing field to the Hillsborough tennis courts, and in Grenada on April 28th at 4 p.m. from the Montrouge playing field to the National Cricket Stadium. Packages cost $20 per person for up to 2 individuals and $15 per person for groups of 3 or more. Come out in your numbers to help us raise funds towards re-establishing the Carlton Home. Welcome home.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try the sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Grenadian General Insurance Company, strength and stability. Grenadian General Insurance Company, tell your friends, tell your family. We cover householders comprehensive, motor and even fire too. Contractors all risk burglary, public liability, professional indemnity, directors liability, and wait, we still have more. Come and find out more what you're waiting for.
We are located on Scott Street, St. George's. For more information, call 440-2434.
Tell everybody.
Green Climate Fund appeals to small island states to utilize available funding for capacity building. We'll have details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Monday, March 18th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. The Green Climate Fund wants small island states to take advantage of its offer of $3 million per country as support to develop their adaptation plans or pipeline of projects that should be aligned with their country programs. This is in addition to the $1 million cap per year or per country for capacity building support for strategies in their institutions. During a recent workshop on smart integration of climate change adaptation in the Caribbean, Green Climate Fund's representative, Ms. Jessica Jacob, says small island states need to take greater advantage of these resources.
We are not promoting, and I don't think it's a good practice, and we have seen that in several countries, to take directly the 3 million. If you want to, you can. But we believe that and even more in small island states, $3 million is a lot of resources, and we can do them per phases, for example, no? So you can think of how you're going to do your plan in hopefully a year, don't take 3 years, no? Ideally, then next year, depending on what are the gaps, what are the findings, etc., think about how you're going to build the proper pipeline aligned with other efforts that you're already doing with other donors, and then try to really strategize, let's say, in a short term, but it could be as well per sectors, as I mentioned before. It could be more, for example, focusing on the resilience of your infrastructure. So it depends on each of the countries how they want to see it, but the resources are there.
The only Caribbean countries currently utilizing these resources are Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, and the Dominican Republic. Ms. Jacob is urging small island states to start working on the priority projects that the funds can be utilized for, not just at the national level.
So we're developing, for example, with the region, since the structured dialogue in Belize 2 years ago, a regional proposal on how we can support at the different regional national level, the improvement of everything related to early warning system, articulating the different initiatives that are around there, seeing where are the gaps, investing already in technology, etc. So we're developing as well regional approach, even if we have this national support that I mentioned just before, and a little bit the intention is, whoever is there, let's use these resources, let's use them smartly. We have learned from different experience, not only in the Caribbean, but worldwide, on how these resources are being used. The proposals approved are there in the website. We can take a look at it. Grenada will be the lone Caribbean territory in the international Brain Bee competition in Daegu, South Korea later this year. Giovanni Thomas of the J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School will face the finalists from around the world in the competition in September. He won the National Brain Bee Challenge following intense competition at the St. George's University on Saturday. We get more details from Annette Moore.
The Grenada National Brain Bee Challenge finals took place on Saturday, March 16th at the St. George's University after several zonal rounds to select the finalist. While Giovanni Thomas was declared the winner, Rakiba Caton Bain of Westmoreland Secondary placed second, and coming in third was Joshua Duncan of the Grenada Boys Secondary School. There was a tie for fourth place between Nafisa Bahayat and Naomi Dantrud, both of Westmoreland Secondary. In 2018, GBSS captured the winning title with the outstanding performance of Giovanni de Gans, who later placed second with a 1-point difference from the winner of the International Brain Bee competition in Berlin, Germany. The Grenada National Brain Bee Challenge is a competition between secondary school students from Forms 3 to 5, where all questions asked relate to the brain. It is fashioned after the Spelling Bee competition with 3 phases: 1, a preliminary stage; 2, the zonal stage; and 3, the finals. During Saturday's competition, Giovanni outclassed his competitors by providing an unexpectedly specific answer to the last question posed, which determined the winner. There was the live competition, Phase 1, Clash of the Brains, and Phase 2, Last Man Standing. At the end of the brain bashing competition, Giovanni Thomas took the title.
The question was, what does beta secretase cut from larger proteins leading to increased plaques and elevated risk for Alzheimer's dementia? Our correct answer was amyloid peptides. One of the contestants provided beta amyloid peptides. It is super specific. So, beta amyloids is a protein fragment snipped from the amyloid precursor So in a healthy brain, yes, beta amyloid will be the best answer for this case.
As his package of prizes, Giovanni received a computer tablet sponsored by the People's Group, a credit union account from Communal Cooperative Credit Union, shares from Ariza Credit Union, the winner's trophy, also sponsored by Communal Cooperative Credit Union, a trip to Daegu, Korea from September 21st to 25th, 2019, and neuroscience texts. The second, third, and fourth place contestants also received special prizes. All 15 finalists received stethoscopes, certificates of participation, and shares from a riser credit union. In the essay competition, Giovanni Thomas also captured first place, receiving electronic gadgets sponsored by Hankey's Computer Services, while second place went to Sekou Sam of the GBSS. There was a tie for third place by Tiha Patrice of Hillsborough Secondary and Amy Chase of GBSS. The Facebook People's Choice Award winner was Corey Boyd of the Presentation Brothers College, who received the trophy sponsored by the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. The School Challenge Trophy went to the J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School and was also sponsored by the Communal Cooperative Credit Union. For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
Thank you, Annette. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
This Wednesday, March 20th, we head to the Progress Park for the Eastern Zonal Meet of the National Secondary School Games. Come see powerhouses: St. David's Catholic Secondary, St. Andrew's Anglican Secondary, St. Joseph's Convent Grenville, Grenville Secondary, and the Grenada Christian Academy. So this Wednesday, 20th March, Progress Park, and then on Friday, 22nd March, we head to the Hillsborough playing field for the Northern Zone, which features Hillsborough Secondary and Bishop's College. Admission to all these games absolutely free. Our nation's children still have a dream. The opportunity will shape their destiny. Your games, your future. Progress Park this Wednesday.
Welcome back. The government of Grenada is taking steps to merge two of its flagship projects, the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program SIAP, into a single program called Rural Development. The merger is intended to bring greater efficiency to the government's work aimed at enhancing rural development and improving the lives of persons in rural areas. The newly initiated joint approach for SIAP is funded primarily by the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, through a loan and supplementary loan totaling just under US $6.5 million, a loan of US $3 million from the Caribbean Development Bank, and the counterpart financing of US $2 million from government. Contributions will also come from the Grenada Industrial Development Corporation and beneficiaries of the Rural Development Initiatives. The BNTF component of the program is funded through grants from the Caribbean Development Bank, amounting to just over US $2.5 million, and funding from the government of Grenada valued at US $590,340. Meeting with IFAD officials visiting Grenada recently, Prime Minister and Minister of Finance Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell said the merger will give effect to much-needed synergies and cost savings. Meetings have already been held with various stakeholders, and IFAD is currently finalizing administrative activities in preparation for the first disbursement of funds. Among the initiatives to be undertaken by Rural Development in collaboration with stakeholders are the training of 160 youth in life skills, business support for young entrepreneurs, training of extension officers and fisheries officers, and the rehabilitation of 5 rural roads. Continuing with the news, Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell has pledged his support for cricket competitions in St. Andrew and St. David. At a meeting with members of the newly elected St. Andrews Cricket League executive last Friday, the Prime Minister welcomed the news that the 2019 league features 32 teams competing in 3 divisions. Dr. Mitchell encouraged the new executive to do all within its power to promote the growth and development of cricket in the parish that has created several excellent cricketers. The executive members shared some of their plans with the Prime Minister, including the intention to have cricket year-round in St. Andrew with the staging of a women's competition, a T20 competition, and 2-day matches. The Prime Minister, an avid cricket fan, has also thrown support behind the St. Mark's cricket competition. At a recent prize-giving ceremony for the 2018 competition, which was also supported by Sandals Grenada, Dr. Mitchell handed over trophies and prize money to the winning teams. In addition to congratulating the winners, he encouraged the organizing committee to continue providing a platform for youngsters to improve their talent, while at the same time promoting fitness at the community level. The Prime Minister also commended members of the business community who continue to support sporting events such as the cricket competitions. And finally, Grenada is once again joining the rest of the world in observing World Social Work Day. The Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, through its Social Services Division, have already begun hosting activities to mark the occasion. The ministry's Public Relations Officer, Delroy Louison, has the details.
The 2019 World Social Work Day highlights promoting the importance of human relationships. World Social Work Day will be observed on March 19, 2019. It is a key day in the year that social workers worldwide stand together to celebrate the achievements of the profession and take the theme message into their communities, workplaces, and to their governments to raise awareness of the social work contributions and the need for further action. Here in Grenada, it is no different, as the ministry with responsibility for social workers, the Ministry of Social Development, Housing and Community Empowerment, along with its collaborating partners, namely the Child Protection Authority and the GRENCASE roving caregivers, have been heightening awareness on the work of these individuals and strengthening human relationships. On Friday, 15th March, the ministry took to the streets of Guelph and Victoria to meet with community members and visited the residential homes in both parishes. At the end, they gathered at the Cuthbert Peters Park for lunch. Acting Chief Social Development Officer Delroy Date speaks of the importance of human relationships.
We would have visited the two geriatric home, that is Child Memorial Home and Hillview Home, and we would have made certain presentation there to them because we know that our senior folks were very instrumental in the development of this country, and somehow they have been forgotten. And we thought that if we are looking at human relationship and the importance of it, we thought that we need to include them. So we would have focused this year on our elderly folks in our community, and that is why we are out here. We basically would have met with them, would have visited some shut-ins in both communities, and would have let them know how much we are appreciative of what they would have been doing for us.
Public Relations Officer of the Child Protection Authority, Janelle Grant Hamlet, sees the opportunity as significant.
We're always happy to be able to go out and interact with our clients and potential clients, and just to share the message of the importance of child protection and different issues like that. With the theme being the importance of human relationships, we thought it was good to share information on the different forms of child protection and even the services that we offer, foster care and adoption, and to just raise awareness generally about what child protection is, because some persons have a misconception of what it is.
Wow, that was an impromptu end there to the national report. Oy, 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 oy. Okay, anyhow, while you were watching the national report, you were also commenting on social media. Not a whole lot, but I think there are 1, 2, 3 comments this morning. First one comes from Kipling. Hello, Kippy. I hope things went well yesterday. He says, sometimes I wonder, where does God fit in the climate change resistance planning? Good question, good question. I hope you're not holding your breath waiting on an answer. Peter Bishop says, time will tell whether the merger will bring better benefits for our people. I am tired with these mergers and nothing is achieved. Yeah. You keep hearing these stories, and I play my imaginary violin. Yeah. Then Margaret Francis says, another pet peeve. Provoked Margaret again this morning. Margaret says, it is the Right Honorable, not Dr. the Right Honorable. Even Chaucer got that right. I keep telling you, girl, start a journalism school down here. I have to confess to you, when I get these releases from the GIS with Dr. the Right Honorable, I just erase that. Prime Minister Dr. Mitchell. He's my Prime Minister, yeah. Every press release does not have Dr. the Right Honorable. My foot. Jeez. Folks, take a look. Hey, there he is. There he is. Looking like a footballer this morning. See the stripes and everything? Doesn't he look good? Ray. Well, I'll tell you what. Ray. We'll get to you in just a wee bit.
Hey, Lynn.
Hey, neighbor.
Here's the bill I asked you to pay for me.
How did you get your electricity bill to be so low?
For one, we size our transformers just for what we need. And we unplug transformers, chargers, and other devices when they're not in use. We also replaced our light bulbs with LEDs.
They burn less energy, right?
Much less. I even replaced the seal on my refrigerator door to keep the cold air in.
And Grenlec is always advising us not to open the fridge too often.
That's right. And my family washes and irons in bulk.
With fuel prices changing all the time, how do you know if it is working?
We pay attention to the usage history table. Over time, our average usage has decreased.
So while Grenada can't control fuel prices, I can conserve energy and save money.
GRENADA, energizing our Grenada.
With free island-wide delivery, Hubbard's Building Supplies and Lumber Departments continue to provide the best quality lumber, steel, tiles, plumbing materials, electrical, and general hardware supplies at competitive prices. We continually consult with builders, homeowners, and contractors to improve product range and services. Enjoy discounts where applicable, including the use of credit and debit cards. At Hubbard's Building Supplies, Grandance, and Lumber Department, Caranage, we offer quality service, affordable prices, giving you the convenient, reliable, free island-wide delivery. Call 440-2087 for all your home improvement and building solutions.
Start the stride to healthy lifestyle at the 2019 annual Pump It Up Family Fun Walk. There'll be more fun, more smiles, and more prizes for families and friends. Join us in Carriacou on April 7th at 4 p.m. as we walk from the Harveyvale playing field to the Hillsborough tennis courts. And in Grenada on April 28th at 4 p.m. from the Montrouge playing field to the National Cricket Stadium. Packages cost $20 per person for up to 2 individuals and $15 per person for groups of 3 or more. Come out in your numbers to help us raise funds towards re-establishing the Carlton Home.
Welcome home.
All right, just before we get to Ray, there he is, but just before we get to Ray, a couple of comments here. First of all, Kipling is letting us know that, yeah, Mr. Grant, things seem to be going well so far. Just returned from today's treatment. This gentleman is having a bout with cancer, so please keep him in your prayers, okay? Kipling's been very, very loyal to us on this program and on Sundays with George Grant especially over the years. He says, it's all up to God. Amen, my bro, amen. I too had my bout with cancer. No trace of it today. Now, Sharon says, actually, because he's not a medical doctor, you should say Prime Minister Mitchell and leave out the doctor directly before his name. Hey, Sharon, pick up the phone and call the Gardens and tell them for me, please. 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 Ha. The Right Honourable, leave out the doctor. If you want to say the doctor, whatever. Margaret says, GG, the problem is that this is a courtesy title. Since we are following the British model, I thought we were shedding the bonds of colonialism. What do you... We're following the British model? And think we are more British than the British, then all one has to do is check the correct placement of the Right Honourable. Sharon, he is a PhD, so the use of doctor is correct. Oh, he's Sharon. That's who she's referring to. Sharon Mags. Okay, Mags. Sorry. She says, sorry for the misspelling. Hit the wrong key. Now, folks, let's say good. There he is. Ray, good morning, sir, and thanks for being so patient. How you doing?
Pretty good. No complaints.
You going to play soccer or what?
Oh, well, I'm wearing a Messi shirt. That doesn't say I support Barcelona. I'm more Real Madrid, but I like Messi.
Freeze.
Tell me.
Yeah, for people out there who don't know what you're seeing, you're wearing a Messi shirt.
Lionel Messi.
I could just see eyes. The man come to George Grant program wearing a Messi shirt.
That's a great shirt, Lionel Messi. To me, the best player in the world. Absolutely, no question about it. And he's a UN sport ambassador.
Okay. And you're a big soccer fan.
That's correct.
Yeah. All right, Ray. Tell me. I have some questions for you, but I'm going to let you go first. What's up your sleeve this morning?
Well, on the 24th of March, I think it's on Sunday.
Yeah.
Or Saturday, I think it is. 24th is when?
Well, I will tell you right now that the 24th of March is going to be Sunday.
Sunday, right.
Yeah.
The West Indies Cricket Board, or Cricket West Indies as they are now called, will have their annual general meeting and, important, an election of officers. And it's turning out to be the most contentious of all in recent times.
Is it?
That's right. Dave Cameron is contesting, I think, for a 5th term, and he's up against a former St. Kitts Minister of Tourism and former manager of the West Indies team, Ricky Skerritt. The Windwards and Guyana, they have nominated him, and Barbados is supporting him. Trinidad and Tobago and the Leeward Islands are supporting Skerritt. And Jamaica says it is going to make a choice based on what is best for West Indies cricket. Cameron is from Jamaica. So it's going to be a pretty interesting election in the sense that Dave Cameron, over the years, he has taken on Caribbean prime ministers. Well, those who have been talking cricket and want to interfere in cricket. And I give him credit for that because, to me, cricket ought to survive without political interference. So he has done a decent job. But outside of that, he has been, to me, too much of a warrior, taking on the players in public. I don't think that's a good thing for sport anywhere in the world. Administrators at the top, if they have a dispute with players, or managers of teams, they need to go into a room and settle it. It can't be word for word. So what you have now is that some of the leading West Indian players are looking forward to his downfall. And there are others who believe that he has done a lot of good work for the game, and he has enhanced the quality of West Indies cricket, noting the prestigious role that is given to him on the International Cricket Council. So that may be so, but come Sunday, I think it will be a very close call as to who will emerge as president. And then there's one other thing. I don't know where ESPN got the information, but he has reacted. His stipend now is, I think, $2,000 a month. And ESPN is claiming that reliable sources at that meeting, it will be taken to what it is, $5,000 or $10,000 stipend a month or some crazy, some crazy thing like that. So that compounded with Philip Simmons, Trinidadian former West Indies coach, who winning the case against the West Indies board, and is I think the court has awarded him $300,000 plus costs. So it's going to be anyway over $400,000. People are saying this is the second time you've had Otis Gibson, it cost a similar amount. Now you've had this guy breaking the contract. So it's going to be a pretty interesting thing. Interesting, Ralph Gonzalez is supporting Skerritt. I assume our Prime Minister is going to support Skerritt because he has been most vocal.
You know, I was just waiting on you to give me a chance to jump in there and ask you, where does our PM stand on this?
Well, he wants change. He has no respect for Cameron, actually. He has said it. So, Viv Richards is supporting Skerrit. But it's very interesting. Barbados, Guyana, and the Windwards. And what is interesting, again, with the Windwards, Nandan is a Dominican. He is on Dave Cameron's ticket. Dr. Swallow, a Vincentian doctor, is on Skerrit's ticket. So quite clearly, the Windwards, they have the four islands are not together on that issue. So it would be interesting. It's secret ballot. So it would be interesting to see what the results are.
Sharon, I'm also very curious now about where Winty stands on this. Would you do me a favor? Could you jump on the phone right now? Call Winty. I don't know if he's at the university right now, but call him and find out, ask him where he stands on this, and then paste a note here. In fact, you'll probably already know, but paste the note here on Facebook. So we'll have an idea of where, because wherever Winty goes, we go. How about, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, the good doctor.
Yeah, man, the good
My
doctor.
good friend.
Yeah, yeah.
The best cricket supporter in the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Watch it, just a moment. It's just a matter of time before you see something popping up here on Facebook. Anyhow, yeah, okay. So we'll keep our eyes peeled.
Yes, and that
Sunday.
very interesting because, as you know, cricket is still a showpiece in the Caribbean. And the World Cup is in England later this year. And it looks like the Caribbean team may be performing well based on what we saw against England. So everybody's interest will be on that meeting over the weekend.
Any idea what time of the day this is going to take place? Morning or
Well,
afternoon?
I guess, no, I have not looked at the agenda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was saying if it's in the morning, we'll be on the air here, and when you find out the results, you can give us a ding
Right.
and let us know. But if it's in the afternoon, we'll just put it up on the website anyway.
Great.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So what else is up your sleeve, Mr. Rara?
Well, current affairs continues. I noticed the Privy Council has ruled. And I, noticed about kangaroo courts and what have you. To me, as I said, I don't know why that's a huge debate. It's the final court. I believe the law lords, for me, are the right people to go to. I'm not saying we don't have good we don't have a good system in the Caribbean, or we shouldn't have the Caribbean Court of Justice. But I know that we know each other, nepotism, I know everything. These guys don't know any one of us. And I respect their ruling.
That's it?
Well, I don't know what is the debate. I mean, to me,
there's a raging debate.
yeah, there's a raging debate. I think, it's a waste of energy. I think we could talk about some. I mean, I agree that we must debate everything. You'll get fine-tuning issues and so. But I don't know that I see what a lot of my friends are seeing. I say, look, whichever way the decision went, I mean, we have to live with it. And the incident is how old? A long time ago. I spoke to you last week about this word celebrating, and some people felt it was appropriate. I felt it was inappropriate. Well, the court make a decision, and the decision is what I will live by. The gentleman, I know him very well, has a lot of energy, always had a lot of energy. There are other areas in the world you can invest in, plenty other areas. Yeah, and you can serve in those areas, right?
But you do agree that he does have a right to pursue a future.
In any way, well, once it is a legitimate area, the court says you have no calling there, and that is accepted by me.
Right.
So that is final.
So not within the bar.
The court said so, and I would go by that.
Okay.
Completely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why we have a society of laws or rules and guidelines, principles. That's how life ought to be, or else we'll be in the jungle.
Absolutely.
Fighting each other. Yeah.
I was talking to Margaret last night, and she was a little bit appalled by the fact that there's some people who were suggesting that he shouldn't be pursuing law. But the man has a right to pursue whatever he wants, but essentially what the law lords are saying is, hey, yeah, that's fine. You're just not going to administer justice in our court system.
That's correct. Good. I don't see any. I mean, it stages a debate. You spend 25 or 26 years in prison. There are families who are still feeling the effects of whatever occurred many years ago.
And Ray, I don't know if you heard the program Sunday, boy. Did you hear the program Sunday?
No, Sunday is, as I said to you, I'm always into. I go to church and stay for a long time after
All right, Ray.
talking about the issues with friends.
Ray, do yourself a favor. On Sunday, we had a gentleman who's based in New York.
Yes, you shared that with me, actually.
Right. Check it out.
Right.
Check it out, because it created a big buzz.
Okay.
Big buzz.
Okay.
You just mentioned people who are still feeling
Yeah, that's
the after
correct.
effects.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see. Sharon, you hit hard away. Sharon, I asked you to find out who Winty is supporting. She comes and puts a note here. We will be at the Cricket World Cup. Big deal, Sharon. We want to know who the man's supporting on Sunday.
Skerritt or Cameron?
Huh?
Skerritt or Cameron?
Skerritt or Cameron.
Yeah.
Pick up el telefono and call Winty and tell him Ray and George waiting on an answer. Huh? All right, Ray.
Yes, my friend. So that's where it is in terms of that debate. I mean, let's put it this way. We need public debate on just about every issue. It could only help. And at the end of it, if there's a final ruling from the highest court, we have to all just accept that judgment. Yes, we may have different versions of what we believe it should be, but the respect for what is final, as far as I'm concerned in this case, ought to be given to it. Yeah, so I don't expect it to end there, though. Knowing the guys who I notice on Facebook and some of the people who are championing, they still, to me, are living in the, well, hopefully they'll come out of it. What is it, 40 years ago it occurred? Well, yeah, some people are still glorifying and wanting to get back there. I don't, actually.
The general feeling I get on the street is that, one of the reasons why people have not taken things into their own hands with the current situation we have in this country is because a lot of people still have not forgotten what happened in 79, 83.
Yeah. Well, those of us our age certainly, still have a good faculty.
Yeah.
We haven't lost it yet. Maybe with time we'll lose it, but not right now. Yeah, as I said, there were good things, but the reality is when you weigh the pros and cons, really and Judy, people are still hurting.
Okay.
Right. So that's my point. I saw the guy up there yesterday. We had a big wave at each other. He had a great smile. So to me, he too has recognized, well, look, that is it in that area of his career. It has to be. But as someone says, you can practice in an office without a sign, and you don't have to go to court. You can use your knowledge to help people.
Behind the scenes.
That's correct. And I suppose that's an option. I suppose, well, there may not be, there could be, well, I hope, well, you could work with an office, so there will be an income. Yeah. You just can't go to court.
Well, Ray, like you suggested, you don't believe that this has come to an end, and I tend to agree with you on that because I have seen indications that the fight is not yet over.
No.
Okay. And we'll just keep an eye on things.
Great, man.
So thank you very much. And
You're welcome.
Congratulations to Mr. Messi.
Yes, he has a wonderful T-shirt, which many of us like, Barcelona and Argentina.
I just don't come in here again and tell people you're wearing a Messi T-shirt.
All right. All right. The next one will be
By the way, Messi is spelled M-E-S-S-I, not M-E-S-S-Y. Okay, that's where the humor comes in. Now, Sharon says, I think Sharon's finally getting it right. Sharon says, I could speak for him, not Cameron. Then no, hold on. She's just put something here. It says, okay, he said he has a personal relationship with Scarrett, so I was correct. Sorry for misspelling their names. Huh? Skerrite, S-K-E-R-R-E-I-T, Skerrite?
I think it's he got an I somewhere in it.
S-K-E-R-R-I-T?
That's right.
Yeah, she has a S-K-E-R-R-E-I. Well,
we all will.
Skerrite.
Yes, doesn't matter.
Thanks a lot, my friend, Mr. Ray Roberts. Always good to see you, bro.
Good to be with you.
And folks, as we always do, we do have a parting word to pull the curtain down this morning. Something inspirational I want to share with you. Today, the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel 18, 21, 22, and 23. It says, but if a wicked person turns away from all the sins they have committed and keeps all of my decrees and does what is just and right, that person will surely live. They will not die. None of the offenses that they have committed will be remembered against them. Because of the righteous things they have done, they will live. Do I take any pleasure in the death of the wicked, declares the sovereign Lord? Rather, am I not pleased when they turn from their evil ways and live? Ezekiel chapter 18, 21 to 23. Okay. On that note, Georgia Porgy is going to pull the curtain down with thanks to our buddy, Mr. Ray Roberts, and of course the folks down at the GIS for the National Report, and you. Thank you all for coming, folks. Spread the word, share, like, do whatever, and we shall see thee, by God's grace, tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock.